So this is my response to Miss Old Lady Banded Wendy in her rocking chair down the street. Always right. Everybody hates her. So Banded Wendy, I'm Grace, and I don't think we've met yet, but I thought I would do my very first response video. I've never done a response video before, but here goes nothing. You know, I've watched all your videos, like every single one, sometimes twice, sometimes 3 or 4 times, and you motivated me like crazy. I got the surgery back in July, so I'm a new little baby Banster. You're the old lady, I'm the baby, and I'm in Banster hell, okay, and you know what that is. That's when you've healed from your surgery, and you don't really have any restriction because they haven't put any saline in your band. And, you know, but I started this process at 293, way back when I took the weight loss surgery classes that you have to take for insurance purposes, and I've lost like 46 pounds. But not very many of those pounds after the surgery. So, you know, I'm maintaining and now losing some again. But during this time of Banster hell, I've gotten all kinds of jumbled up in my head. I've watched too much stuff, I've thought about too much stuff, and I've ended up, you know, creating my own little diet amalgamation of low carb, you know, just eating all kinds of stuff that I'm not supposed to be eating, like fibrous foods, and, you know, just getting really confused and everything in the process because I talked myself into saying I don't need to follow the rules right now because I'm wide open and I don't have any restrictions, so I've got to do this on my own again and try to come up with some kind of plan until I get my first fill. Well, you know, I keep battling with the same 3 pounds, and I thought I'm just going to die of shame when I go back to my doctor's office and, you know, see that he's going to see that since the surgery I haven't lost nothing, and I don't want that. So I decided that it was time. I was feeling okay enough. My incisions weren't hurting as much anymore, so I started Couch to 5K. And today's my day 3, and I've got videos and whatever, but I just wanted to respond to that video. That video that you made where you were throwing your books on the floor and talking about how it's all stupid. Once you have weight loss surgery, you have to follow the rules. And it really just clicked for me today because you know, for the past few days, I've been going back to the rules anyway. I've been eating the 4 ounces anyway, like, and stopping there anyway, even though I'm wide open and, you know, I don't have the restriction and whatnot. I went back to eating low calorie and, you know, high protein instead of trying to just do low carb and like whatever kind of modified South Beach diet thing to get me through. And I've been moving my body every day, and it is working. It's working. Of course it is, because I'm following the rules. It doesn't matter how you feel. It doesn't matter what you see. It doesn't matter what you think about it. The rules don't change. The rules stay the same. And I know everybody says that, well, I do the rules, but I do my own little modified version of the rules. And, you know, it doesn't work that way. You have to follow the rules. And even though my body doesn't feel like it's restricted or whatever, the fact is there's a band in there. I mean, it's there. And I am a lap band patient. I have had a weight loss surgery. So I need to follow the rules. And going back to the basics, was extremely important for me. I've lost, you know, I'm starting to drop the weight again. Even though in my mind it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense to me why I should be dropping the weight, because I was doing good. I was doing good, much better than I was before I was a weight loss surgery patient. But it wasn't working. And that doesn't make any logical sense to me. I'm a very logic-driven person. You know, emotions are important, but they don't really matter in the whole scheme of things as far as rules and regulation and results are concerned. If you want to get the results, you have to do the work. You have to do what's required. And, you know, I really liked your video today because you're right. You are the old lady down the street that everyone knows is right, except, you know, I don't hate you. I'm glad. I'm happy I'm happy that you're saying the stuff that needs to be said, and you're not sugarcoating it with a bunch of sugary chocolate. You know, even though sugary chocolate is really good, and I like sugary chocolate. But it doesn't matter what I love. It matters what I do. It matters, the facts matter. So, thank you, Band of Wendy. I think we should just get you, like, you know, a cane and a little chair and a quilt and put over your legs. And you sit there and just give us some advice. I think that's a great idea. But thank you so much for inspiring me, and thank you so much for your video. You know, I'm just a baby in this. I'm just a baby. You're the old lady and I'm the baby. And I'm very excited about this part of my journey. I'm just like 4.5 weeks post-op, and I'm trying my hardest. And sometimes I just overanalyze stuff. And getting back to the basics, getting back to the rules has proved to be real important for me over the last couple days, and I feel like a turnaround. So I just appreciate you so much, and I thought I'd say so.